Hundreds of years ago, in one of the earliest regions inhabited by man, several communities settled and thrived. Traders, craftsmen and fishermen living side by side, expertly harvesting riches from the land and sea. Working together, our leaders had a vision for something even greater, and the state of Kuwait was born. From these diverse and vibrant origins, Kuwait has grown and blossomed. Harnessing our roots to inspire a colourful and unique culture.
So you see this over here, this is the falcon, okay? And this is the national bird of Kuwait. This is the bird which is found in desert areas, and that is falcon.
We cannot see there's a black screen on it.
Ma'am, you just saw, right?
Ma'am, falcon is very fast.
Now it's
Yes,
okay,
yes,
ma'am.
it is. Okay. Now I'm going to continue the video. Everyone go on mute, please.
A place where the modern and ancient live side by side. This is where the spirit of our pioneering ancestors burns brighter every day.
See, this flight is the National Airways of Kuwait, okay? This is Kuwait Airways. And if you can see the logo over here, it is actually a bird. And the reason why this is the logo is because if you saw in the first slide when I showed you the map of Kuwait, it actually looks kind of like this. It has this shape. That is why, okay? I'm going to continue.
As you fly into Kuwait, it's hard to imagine the start of that journey some 300 years ago, when this shimmering modern city was no more than tents along a sandy shore. But Kuwaitis believe that a proud story of progress means nothing without an exciting future. That's why a city has been built to truly stimulate your senses. With some of the region's most beautiful hotels, stunning restaurants that celebrate our unique position to fuse the best of Mediterranean, Arabian and Indian cuisine.
You stop sharing.
Yeah.
Sought after brands. Then step back in time to walk the shaded alleys of the souks. And although we take our title as the Pearl of the Gulf seriously, we certainly know how to have fun.
So these are actually places where you can go for fun activities, and this is a racing ground, okay?
Kuwait has the perfect mix of sports, relaxation, thrills, and adventure.
Can you still see the video?
No, miss. No, miss.
No, ma'am.
Stop.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, yeah.
Stop
Okay,
sharing. Ma'am, now I can see.
okay.
Kuwait isn't just in our name, it's in our hearts. After all, we also grew from humble beginnings and a pioneering spirit. More than 60 years ago, at the dawn of commercial aviation, a small group of entrepreneurs had a vision for an airline, connecting the Middle East to itself.
So now what you're seeing is actually the story of their national airlines, okay?
And the world. With our first fleet of 3 planes, Kuwait Airways took to the skies. Within 10 years, the fleet and the airline had stretched its wings, reaching as far as London. As aviation grew, so did we, always at the forefront of new technology, providing our gold standard maintenance services to over 100 other airlines, winning multiple awards along the way. Even conflict couldn't stop us flying. And today, we bring travelers from more global destinations than ever before. Now we're gearing up to tackle tomorrow's challenges with a gleaming new fleet of modern aircraft, an expansion of routes, and soon to have a new home in the breathtaking, futuristic Kuwait International Airport. To visitors and residents alike, we're delighted to bring our exceptional food, renowned service, and passionate, dedicated staff to serve travelers more than ever before. Always with a very warm Kuwaiti welcome. We're so proud of our home. From the first man-made islands to the women who risked their lives to bring human pearls back from the deep. From our early roots, sharing educational and healthcare knowledge with our neighbors in need, to the recent United Nations.
Okay, so you can see this person over here, right? This person, he is, what is happening? Yeah, so this person over that you can see over here, he is the king of Kuwait. Okay, so Kuwait has a ruling royal family which is known as the Sabah family, and he is a member of the Sabah family, and he is the one who rules Kuwait right now. And
Ma'am, can you repeat the family name?
yes, the family name is Al Sabah, Al Sabah family.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Is someone trying to speak? There is a network issue at your end, I think. Okay, so I'll just continue. I think someone was trying to speak, but there is some network issue. I'm not able to hear you. So this family is called the Al Sabah family, and his name is Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah. And Sheikh is Sheikh actually means it's like a title of respect to a person, and because he is the king, that is why he has that name. And along with that, one more information is um, in Arabic, king is called Amir, and that is why this person is called the Amir of Kuwait. Okay.
Honoring of Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jabba Al Sabah, our Emir, for his and the Kuwaiti people's contributions to easing suffering and
Ma'am, I cannot see your screen.
size, but she has a big and compassionate heart.
Yes. Okay, so did you all like the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can
So
I say a fact about? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
okay,
yes.
okay. Okay, so in this video, what all did we learn? We went through the history of Kuwait, how it came to be, and what type of people there were before, and now the modern country that it has become. And along with that, we understood the story of their national airlines, which is Kuwait Airways, and we also saw who is the who is the ruling parties in Kuwait. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can I show a video of Kuwait?
In the end, can you show in the end after my presentation?
In end, say me, I will show that video.
Okay.
Ma'am, Rudra.
Okay. Okay. So now listen. We're going to continue understanding the culture of. Can everyone please mute their mics? Yes. Now we're going to see the culture. Please mute your mics. Yeah. So now we're going to talk about the culture of the country. Okay.
Ma'am, again and again, your screen is going unshared.
Yes. Give me
Yes,
1 minute.
ma'am. Again and again, your screen is.
Give me 1 minute. Akansha, can you please share the screen?
Ma'am.
Sure, wait.
Yeah. Okay, so along with that, do you remember the dress that the Amir was wearing, the King of Kuwait? Did you notice?
Ma'am, that dress, people wear in Dubai also.
Correct, correct. Not exactly same, kind of similar. It is almost similar in all the Middle Eastern countries. Um, Akanksha, the PPT, go to slide 4.
Excuse me, ma'am.
No, 5.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can I tell a fact about Kuwait?
Yes, please go ahead. Please tell what is the fact.
Ma'am, can you wait 1 second?
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, can I tell the fact after the video?
Sure.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, can I share the second video because you were bar you like your it was
Yeah,
going
yeah.
and going. Now also doing.
Yeah, go to slide 5, Akanksha. Next slide. Yes, okay. So now if you see this dress,
I'm not the co-host now.
Yes, Nessa,
please
I have
wait,
removed you
please
for
wait.
some times. I removed
Please
your
wait.
permission to check some settings.
What, sir?
They're just doing some work in the back end. Don't worry, they'll make you co-host in some time, okay? So now coming back to the culture, if you can see this picture over here, this traditional attire, this is the traditional attire of the people of Kuwait. Now, if you saw what the if you saw what the Amir was wearing, he was wearing the same dress, right? So here they wear a long white gown, which is called the dish dasha.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yes.
this is Kiona speaking.
Yes, please.
Why do people in uh this what is the place again?
The place is Kuwait. Kuwait.
Yeah, but why people in Kuwait why men in Kuwait wear these kind of dress?
This is their traditional dress. Okay. So in olden times, this is the dress that they started wearing because it is a Muslim community, and in there they are supposed to cover from their head till the feet. So this is a convenient dress for them to wear, right? So that is how it started. This white color, this white robe that is there, that is what people started wearing, and that is called the dishdasha. And on top of that, there is this robe. That is because in winter season and all, it will be very cold over there because it is a desert. It has extreme climates. Please stop annotating. It is a desert area, so that is the reason why they have this over this robe on top of them to keep them warm as well. Okay, and this black robe is actually a silk robe with gold embroidery, and they have this scarf over their head and as well as a black belt. This is for the men to keep the scarf in place. And if you see the women are actually wearing also a gown which is made of Indian silk, and this gold design that you can see is actually embroidered with gold thread. And they also have a scarf on their head to cover their head as per their norms and religious customs. And also they also have a headdress on them. That is an ornament that is there. This is also part of their traditional wear. Okay. Now, if you can see right now, usually women do not stick to this attire, but you can see still men who are sticking to the same attire. Now, another thing that is very important in Kuwait is, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. Very important in Kuwait is that, no, previous slide. They are very keen about theater and drama and music and dance and all. Okay, but not the other Middle Eastern countries are not like that. In Kuwait is more into theater, and because of which a lot of TV serials and all that is being shot and released in Kuwait is seen by a lot of other countries who are Arabic speaking. Okay. Now, next slide, please. Yeah, now if you look at the background of the people of Kuwait, like how we saw in the video also they were telling, right, that people were actually pearl divers and Bedouin merchants. So Bedouin is actually a term of the original Kuwaitis, the people who used to live in Kuwait from ancient times. They are called Bedouins. Okay, and previous. Please keep yourself on mute. Thank you. So this Bedouin merchants, they are called Bedouins, the oldest people in Kuwait, and they used to trade. They used to sell things, and then that is how they used to have a living. And another thing is this pearl divers. Okay, so olden times, they did not have oxygen mask and cylinders to dive into the ocean. They used to actually dive without any gear. They used to just tie themselves to this boat that you can see here, and then they used to dive, and then they used to go to the ocean bed and collect pearls. They used to collect pearls, bring it to the shore, and then they used to sell it. Next slide, please. Yeah, now if you see the cuisine of Kuwait. Yeah. So if you can see this, they are actually a coastal country. Please go back to cuisine slide. Previous slide, yeah. Yes, so here, if you can see, they have a lot of non-vegetarian food and seafood in their cuisine. That is because they are very close to the sea, and they are also a Muslim community, a Islamic country, right? So that is why this dish that you can see over here with rice, that is called the mahbous, which is actually the national dish or the most prominent dish in Kuwait. This has Kuwaiti origins itself. So here you make the meat, you can make it with fish or chicken or mutton or any type of meat, and then you serve it with flavored rice. So this is a little bit similar to the biryani that we have or the mandi that we have in India as well.
Ma'am, there is a round ball, no ma'am. Like something candy. After that, that is some dish, no ma'am. What is that dish?
Yeah, can you go back to the slide, cuisine slide? Akansha, do you want me to share? Maybe I can share. I think it's okay now.
With some cutted beetroots pieces. Something like.
Yes. One second. I'll just share that slide.
Ma'am, I'm not the co-host anymore.
Give me some time, no, Nisa. I'll make you co-host. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So you were asking what is that dish, right? This dish. Okay. So this dish that you can see here, this bread thing, that is the bread that you can find in all Arabic food, and this is called kubus. Okay. And this in the bowl, what you can see, that is called hummus. So it is, basin, right? That chana dal, that dal, they grind it and make a paste and with some other ingredients and all. And that is this thing. It is called the hummus. Okay, this is like a bread and dip for them. And what next to that, it's a beetroot thing only that you said. Okay. And this thing that you can see over here, this which looks like a gulab jamun, that is the dessert that is of Kuwaiti origin. It's called lukaimat. So it looks like gulab jamun, doesn't taste like gulab jamun. It looks like gulab jamun and all. Okay. Apart from this, there are still other food which people in Kuwait have, but these are not actually of Kuwaiti origin. They are coming from Turkey and other neighboring countries. So those dishes, like how we saw in the in when we discussed about Jordan, in that country you talked about a fatir, right? So same thing is there in Kuwait as well, and then there is another dessert called kunafa or baklava. These are all Turkish desserts which came to India, which came to Kuwait. Now moving on. Yes, now about the social life. Now you can see this picture, right? This big hall that is there, with a lot of chairs on the sides. That is called the divania. Now, in olden times, what happens is these men, all the men would used to gather at one place like this, like a hall like this. They used to sit together and then they used to talk business or some casual talks. So this is part of their socializing, and this is now inbuilt in their culture, that this is this is an inevitable part of their life, that they cannot live without divanias. So this hall itself is called Divania, and slowly the meeting is also called Divania. Now let's look at the economy of Kuwait. Okay, so if you can see, I told you in beginning itself that the currency of Kuwait is the most expensive one in the world, right? So exactly like that, the economy also is very rich, and even though it is a desert, that is because Kuwait has so much oil reserves, and oil is very expensive. You don't just use oil for your car, petrol, and diesel. Big countries, they have their defense equipments also, which have to run on oil. So every country needs oil. That is why oil is very expensive. And what Kuwait does is they sell their oil to other countries and get a lot of money. So if you take all the 190 countries in the world, if you can see that Kuwait is the 27th richest country. Okay. And again, yes.
Ma'am, then which is first richest country?
What is the first richest country? I'm not sure about the recent one. but I think it is China or Russia. Not sure. I should check and get back to you.
Ma'am, I thought it's Dubai.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, moving on. Now let's see the geography of Kuwait. Okay, so like India has so many states, Kuwait also has 6 states. It's also called governorates. And you can see that is Jahra, then there is Ahmadi, then there is Farwania, then there is Havali, and then there is Mubarak al Kabir, and then there is a capital city. Does anyone know what is the capital of Kuwait?
Ma'am?
Capital of Kuwait. Correct. Kuwait City is the capital of Kuwait. Okay. So this capital is actually the Kuwait City. That is also one state in Kuwait. Okay. And just like I told before, it is yes. Yeah, okay. So it is an entire desert area, right? So there is very less rainfall in that country, and most of the time you can see a lot of dust storms. There will be a huge wind coming, and along with that, a lot of dust. Okay, so a lot of dust storms will be there in this place. And also, if you see the neighboring countries, there is Saudi Arabia, and then there is Iraq. Saudi Arabia is very close with Kuwait. Kuwait and Saudi Arabia has very good relations, but Iraq is not like that. Kuwait and Iraq had a lot of issues, and there used to be even a war, which is called the Persian War or the Gulf War. Okay, a war was fought between Iraq and Kuwait, and Iraqi invasion and things like that happened. Okay. Now let's look at a small video which shows about uh, an aerial view of the country. Okay, I'll not show you the whole video. I'll just stop in between because the entire video is not needed. It's just repetition after some time. Give me 1 second.
Ma'am, can I share the video now?
Nisa, I have to stop this in between, beta. That's why I'm not giving you to share. That's why. Okay. Can you hear the video? Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
it's audible.
Okay, okay. So what you can see here is called the Kuwait Tower. Okay, I'll just give you a little bit information about it later on, but you can see how it looks like. Okay. Yeah, so this is the Kuwait Tower. And this you can see here is called the Liberation Tower. Okay, so these are the two main important towers of national significance in Kuwait. All other towers that you see might just be offices and companies and all like that. So this thing that you can see is one of the oldest mosques in Kuwait, and it's a very famous mosque. Yeah, so you can see this bridge, right? This bridge is actually a long road which is constructed from Kuwait to a nearby island which is called the Failaka Island. It is very long and it is constructed through the sea. There are huge pillars that are constructed through the sea, and then on top of that this road is built. Yeah, now it's just repetition. So these are all the. This is an aerial view of of Kuwait city actually. Okay, and the towers and all that are there. Now I'll just come back to my presentation. Yeah, so how you saw the Kuwait Tower there, right? So this is one of Kuwait's most famous landmarks. So these are three towers, out of which one tower has two domes, and then one has one dome, and then there is one without any dome. So this actually represents the olden times when they used to store water in water tanks and all. And this was the first tallest tower in Kuwait, and it is 187 meters high, this tallest main one. And here on top, you can visit with this top thing is a water tank, and this one, it is actually a tourist place where you can have an elevator go up, and then there is a viewpoint where you can see the entire Kuwait, and then there is a restaurant also where you can have this side view and have food and all. Then we have this Sheikh Jaber Al Ahmed Cultural Center. Like how I told before, Kuwait is very much into their theater, music and all. And architecture is also very important in Kuwait. Like Kuwait, it has a lot of beautiful looking places and beautiful looking uh, buildings and all in Kuwait. So all of these are combined into this place, which is called the Cultural Center, or it is also called the Kuwait Opera House. I'll just show you one picture to show you how beautiful the place is. Look at this. So you see how it is being constructed and all, right? It is very beautiful
Ma'am,
to
what
go
is
and watch.
this?
This is the Cultural Center or the Opera House in Kuwait. Okay.
Can we go in?
Yes, yes, you can go in. So this has stadiums and all where, not state. This has a gallery and all stages where people will perform drama, and you can just go and
Museums?
watch. No, no, this is not a museum. Here there are here you can just go. These are actually stadium type where you can go for theater and opera and all. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, and this is Green Island. Green Island is the first artificial island in the Middle East, in the Gulf, and this is an artificial island created in Kuwait. So here you can go for picnic, and there are a lot of water. There is a water park also there, and you can go for water-related adventure sports as well. Then there is something called Failaka Island. In the video, there was a long bridge through the sea, right? So that bridge, if you take the road, you will reach this island. This island is actually of very historic importance in Kuwait, because this island has a lot yet to be discovered. There is so much ancient architecture and all that are still there um, in Failaka Island. Okay. Now I'll just show you one video. So this is about Al Shahid Park. Al Shahid Park is actually a very important park in Kuwait. It's a very huge park. It's not just a park. It has a monument and it has museums and many things like that.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have a fact about Kuwait. Can I say?
Yes, please, you can share.
The capital of Kuwait is Kuwait City. The currency is Kuwaiti dinar, and the language which is spoken is Arabic. And the national animal is falcon.
Providing the public with high-quality programs,
No, it's okay, ma'am.
events, and spaces. Part of its mission is to spread awareness and to educate the public on the importance of the country's land, history, and environment. The park was developed by a civic organization to revamp and reclaim a portion of the former green belt, a series of gardens built from 1961 to 1964 between the old city of Kuwait and its expansion. The nearly 20-hectare park was constructed in 4 successive stages from 2013 to 2017. Al-Shahid Park is also one of the largest overstructure green roofs in the world at about 75,000 square meters, utilizing Zinco systems. In addition, several green roof buildings sit atop the park, including on museums, the visitor center, and restaurants. Several living walls are located within the park too, including at the main entrance celebration gate.
Video.
Designed by Sarah Machado and Ricardo Camacho, and the associated engineering partnership with numerous consultants. The expansive site is beautifully landscaped and holds monuments, botanical gardens, 2 museums, a congress center, the visitor
ma'am, I'm
center
not
with
able to
cafes
hear
and
your
restaurants.
video.
Ma'am, the video is audible.
Ma'am, the video is audible. Her connection is unstable, ma'am. That's all.
Okay.
Theater, the bird aviary, the green belt lake used for park irrigation, a jogging and biking lane, as well as a mosque. The park has
So
2
you
main
understood,
monuments.
right? Did you understand there are 2 monuments in this park, and there are parks which have been existing from 1961 onwards. It has been constructed in 4 different time periods, like in 4 different parts. And there is a bird aviary over there, and then there is a visitor center where you can go sit, have coffee and all. And then there is also a place where you can do meetings.
The Martyr Monument is a 7-meter high glass sculpture, and the Constitution Monument was built to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Kuwait's Constitution. Fikra is a memorial museum that narrates the history and battles of Kuwait, including the Gulf War. The Habitat is an environmental museum that explores Kuwait's habitats and aims to promote awareness and educate the public on the different ecosystems and the effects of pollution in the land. The second-floor underground parking offers 900 spots and beautiful oasis fountains, and a unique element is the presence of underground
Ma'am, I'm
gardens.
not able to hear
The beautiful
the video. Can I share it from my side?
public garden oasis in a desert city, honoring its past and promoting sustainable culture and environmental design.
Yes, so that is it about Al Shahid Park. And the reason why I shared this video is because Al Shahid Park is a very famous park and a very important tourist location in Kuwait. Okay. So that is it from my end. I think we discussed every aspect of Kuwait. Now, if you have anything to say, you can go ahead.
Ma'am, I want to share a fact.
Yes, please go ahead.
Kuwait is the world's 11th most obese country.
Correct. A lot of people in Kuwait are obese because of the fast food culture that they have over there and the lot of meat consumption. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
Ma'am, I have a fact.
Go ahead.
Kuwait has the largest opera house in the Middle East. Kuwait has a rich music scene.
Correct. So that opera house is the photo that I showed in the presentation. Okay, so if there's nothing else, so tomorrow we'll be visiting Malaysia. You can find interesting facts about Malaysia and come and share it with everyone. If there's nothing else, we can end the meet.
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if we have some interesting videos, we can share that too.
Yeah, you can.
Ma'am?
But make sure that it is